Yeah.
What up, though? We here in the compound once again.
Yo, man, how you doing, man? How you doing today?
I am blissful. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm great. I'm great. Can't complain. Even though it's like you can complain, but
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on
lot
right
lot of
now.
crazy
Like a
stuff.
lot.
Hey, do you feel like it's just everything's kind of tense right now? Like just society, just like you know what I
Yeah, with the
mean?
world, I feel like everybody on the brink of like. Remember, you used to be at school. It's the last day. And everybody finna fight that one nigga they
Mm.
don't like. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That
yeah,
one
yeah,
person
yeah.
they don't like. That's how I feel like it's the state we in right now.
That's if you go to a black school, because
Right,
that's
a
how
public one.
a public one, because they ain't like that everywhere. But yeah, for sure, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean. Yeah, it feels like that. It really do
With
feel.
the Chinese spy balloons.
Hey, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah,
But I wonder why they use spy. Like they got these big ass balloons you can see from like where.
anywhere
Yeah, like you can just look up in the
on
sky.
Earth, nigga.
Like, is that a big ass balloon? Like they think we wasn't gonna shoot them bitches down.
Yeah, I feel like they took too long. What took so long?
Let me
Jim Crow Joe.
let me ask you a question.
I gonna say Uncle Joe, but I don't say that shit. That's y'all.
Do you think those balloons got released from the United States or from China?
I believe it got released within the United States from some of y'all allies.
Oh shit.
Nah, but I believe some Chinese citizens. I don't know, maybe private agents or whatever you want to call them, secret agents. They was here
Okay.
because China own a lot of land here in America.
Mm.
Shit, Detroit, Montana, all
Yeah,
them
for sure.
places.
For sure. We in debt to China. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, for
we in
sure.
debt to a lot of people. Look, man,
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I mean, what do you think it means? Because essentially, right, it's really a war. I can't get my words out. A world war going on. Essentially, you got China basically backing Russia. America is backing Ukraine. You know what I mean?
yeah,
At the end of the day,
NATO,
everybody's resources is being used for this war. So we are really in a world war going on right now.
yeah,
But it's like everybody's subtle. Like, hey, like that's why it feels so tense right now, because it seemed like just one wrong move, this shit about to get really real around here.
yeah, and people even out in public, and I'm just talking to people, making small talk, and we're talking about this.
Mm.
People think we can't get touched. I don't know why. You know how much karma we got
Mm.
on our bad karma we got.
Mm.
America. You know how many governments we didn't interfere with elections. You know how many cargo cults these niggas and started in countries and took over and made them worship
I mean,
some bullshit.
well, what I do know is
Man,
is that I don't think there's a kingdom or anything, any entity can be established that won't be torn down. Like
exactly.
I, I don't think it's
Babylon fell. Everything fell.
everything failed. Like through time, everything fell. So I mean, we could be living in that generation where we're witnessing failure.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is they 6,000 years is up. The kings of the earth is back.
What do you mean by that?
You know what they say in the Bible when we supposed to come back?
Hey man, hold on, what are you referring to?
Or maybe I'm thinking about the Quran.
Maybe you thinking about the Quran,
I think so.
because I was like,
I'm trying to
yeah.
think of the exact quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of, but I know it's something of the sorts that
But I know what you mean.
within they time, the 6,000 years, the
I
Anunnaki
think
gods in this bitch.
I think what you're saying is it's a power structure changing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know what you mean. I believe that. I believe that the power structure is changing. I believe that I honestly believe our government as it is, how it's Republican and Democrat, within 10 to 15 years, it's not going to longer be Republican or Democrat.
You think so?
I
Well,
think
from what I'm hearing, we don't even have a government anymore.
What you mean? Not how we don't have a government. We got
Nigga,
some form of structure for sure.
that
The
shit.
Fed still controlling interest rates. They hide them motherfucker.
I think when I'm hearing that, when people saying that, it's more so the United States corporation is not owned by the same people anymore.
Okay.
That's what I believe they're saying. I seen a video, a guy, he was reading off some papers, like reading it off, because they have to do this stuff in paperwork, and it has to be public information. They just do this shit to like and put it in places and or put it on their website and just block that certain document to where you can't see, you know what I'm saying, where the real stuff is actually going to be. But like you said, either these niggas don't fucking. I'm not saying Joe Biden. They got this nigga under as a CGI. You know what I'm saying? In certain video, because you never know, motherfuckers. They altering this video. Or, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
You're not really there to see the shit.
He getting old, bro.
But we know he owed us.
He talking about running the second term.
Hell no, I'm a DDT this nigga. Be in the White House fucking that nigga wife in a white beater.
Hey, we do not pose any threat to the president of the United States, okay?
No.
I know he said, well, if he'll DDT this nigga, but that doesn't mean
Joe Biden ain't real. That's what I'm saying. He dead. I believe he dead already. This nigga is dead.
Nah, he ain't dead. I don't think they can fake that.
Shit. I didn't see these niggas had robots that look like real human beings in like the 1930s and 40s. I can't imagine how they got now. They got.
But ultimately, who will have to be in control of technology like that? It will have to be the government, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But if it's not a government, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that type of powerful information will leak out. So that's why I would.
Maybe not. I feel like it wouldn't though. Like we really didn't have a government, and they're like, you know what, this shit really just fake. But we ain't gonna tell these niggas. We just gonna keep running the same program.
I mean, it's still systems in place. There's still a law and order.
Exactly.
So law and order kind of establishes everything. Like, yo, if you go against the grain and you get caught, you still gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
So, but to the same degree, as far as like, I don't know. I feel like everybody's trying to please everybody, and that's why things are failing.
So, what's your thoughts on like Democrats and Republicans? Like, not like I'm not asking you what side of the fence you stand. Like, what?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like the two party, even though it's more than two parties, you know what I mean?
For sure. I think the construct is that where politicians mess up that are Democrat or Republican is that they try to please everybody within their party. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think what happens is that you find yourself like, damn, well, I just need votes, because you're thinking, well, if I just say this to get the votes, then once I get into the position, I'll be able to make the change that I need. But I need to get in position. But in order for you to get in position, you damn near got to compromise your own morals and integrity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go against the grain of what you really believe. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to satisfy whichever, community that be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you got to fight for your core cause. I really believe. Like, whatever your core cause is, like, and it's okay for it to be competition amongst the Democrats and the Republicans, but at least let it be done with honor. Like, truly fight for your cause, whatever that is. But don't be trying to fight for this cause, fight for this cause, fight for this cause, and then because everybody gets robbed. In my eyes, it's like, because when you're trying to find, truth within court, you're trying to justify a case. You got one party fighting for it, and you got another party. I get the idea, but I just think as a whole, the Republicans and the Democrats, you know what I mean? I think that construct just needs to, be disintegrated.
Outdated, like,
yeah, it's outdated.
We got two choices. Like,
yeah, we got two choices. I think the number, as far as parties, that should be as big as Republican and Democrats, should be at least 8. I
think so?
I think it should be at least 8 parties, because you need counselors, you need consultations, and you need real people to actually negotiate on behalf of each other. I honestly think that because at least with 8, I mean, you still gonna have like, you know what I mean, you know, I honestly think you still gonna have, difficulties negotiating, because it's good versus evil, it's bad versus good within people, regardless of the
Exactly.
party. So it's always gonna be hard, but I think at least you have more choices with 8 than you do with just 2.
Yeah. You know,
In,
you
in
don't
my
have to pick
eyes,
the lesser of two evils. You shouldn't be picking evil in the first place.
exactly,
Like that sounds crazy, right?
for sure, for sure.
Like so, it's like you got the choice. What you want, the devil or the devil?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
nigga,
Like,
give me the devil that don't talk about me that much. They say it behind my back. I'm cool with that.
but even still, it's not even just that. But I look at it as is that align with those who align for your cause.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If that's your cause, that's 100% okay.
yeah.
But I think competition is fine also. It's okay to have counterparts because competition is a good thing. It makes us better.
It definitely does. I
Iron
agree with that.
sharpens iron.
But my thoughts on the Democrats and the Republicans,
Yeah, what's your thoughts, man?
the left wing of white supremacy and the right wing of white supremacy.
Oh, okay. It's both backed by white supremacy.
Yeah, they on the same team.
Okay.
You know why? Because at the end of the day, no matter what laws they make, they can come together and say,
Mhm.
we gonna make sure these niggas ain't got nothing. Yeah, we'll give y'all your little trinkets. We'll take that one statue down. We'll wear dashiki little things. Nigga, we not even we didn't tell y'all to wear that. We wanted y'all to wear some FUBU shit. Look, they want to wear some dashikis and kneel and shit. Nigga, put on some hoodies.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't do nothing.
mean-
they did something for.
They're trying to
culture that
show
wasn't
face.
even mine. Yeah, they do. And what happens around election time, presidential election time, every year they go and do what they call it the circuit.
Oh, yeah,
They're going
for
to
sure.
all y'all mama in them churches, going there
Yeah.
telling them to lie, going up to Breakfast Club to I keep a hot sauce in my purse. No, you don't. Stop. Y'all letting this nigga go
You
on
keep
live.
hot sauce in your purse?
Who said that? Was that Kamala?
Oh my gosh, bro. That's hilarious. Oh man. My wife loves hot sauce, but she'll keep it in her purse.
Right.
Man.
Trying to be hip. Yeah, I heard it in the Beyonce song, so I thought, ma'am.
But no, in all seriousness, I think with both the Republican and the Democrats, for me at least, I think that if they would just actually fight for the things that they want to fight for instead of trying to please everybody, I can at least honor that.
I mean, but what it is, they please people for money, right? 'Cause what happens
too.
is the reason black people can't get nothing done because you have to pay people to lobby for your interests, right? The lobby. That's what they do in DC.
True.
Right.
True. Yeah.
And you have to have PACs and different groups, and you have to pay these politicians off. Dr. Clark Anderson been telling us this shit for years. Somebody who literally worked in presidential office and was one of the only black people ever to allocate funds to the black
Pay
community.
the people that got the power.
Yeah, like we know how to play the game. It's just like we can't come together and decide on one thing. I think people feel like if I can't agree with you on certain issues when it comes to like the importance of in the community, I can't even align with you. So, like for example, it could be a nigga you knew since you was a kid. He find out like, oh shit, this nigga's a Republican. I don't really. They could, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They look
for
at you
sure.
differently because of what you believe in, and it could be just because of a certain tax break you might get because you're in the
Within a certain realm of a
right. You know what I'm saying
community
now,
or-
so it just makes sense for you. You know what I'm saying to do that, even though I don't subscribe to either or. I feel like you need to fucking. I'm trying to. Like, don't ever vote down nobody. Somebody told me, you need to vote down Democrat. I said, nigga, I might well vote with my eyes closed then, huh?
for sure.
The fuck? No, I'm trying to see what each candidate put their pros and cons of what the issues they're talking about and what I want and pick from that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
literally that simple.
Yeah, but I think what really needs to happen, I honestly think in politics there needs to be verbal sparring. I think it would be dope to
I
have
think
like
it need to be physical sparring. It need to be like the African politics. You need to let that out. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it, but I think there honestly needs to be like whether if it's a fucking game show, monetize the shit. It's content shit,
Yeah.
and then put it under the government. But you have a Republican politician, you have a Democrat, for example, and then they both have to figure out a solution for this problem. Right, and then you
live
put them in a
air.
room, and then they have to go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, on live, like because it's gonna actually show can you do your job and come
Exactly.
to a solution versus just like, well, we don't want to go with that just because we're a Republican.
I believe too, though. Fuck, I forgot what I was about to say because I was thinking about the next question. I really did. I was thinking a lot. So I wanted to ask you this. Now, do you think Europe is a continent?
Why would you ask me that right now? Why would you?
That was my next question.
Do I think Europe is a
Yes.
continent? If I'm giving you the knowledgeable answer, I'm gonna say yes.
I would say no. Going by
Okay.
logic.
Okay, hold on, wait. But do everybody think Europe is a continent? Like as far is that the general thinking?
Not I'm gonna say not everybody. I should
But
say
general
the western,
thinking.
the western part of the world and
Thinks Europe
some of
is a continent.
some of the other parts of the world. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
But-
All right, bet. Go ahead.
a continent, right, is a large body of mass surrounded by water. Europe is neither. If you look at it on a real map, Europe is neither a large body, a large mass of land, or surrounded by water.
Well, it's in the middle.
Y'all go look it up. If I'm wrong, you can say in the comments. Say,
Bro.
you dumb as hell. Fuck. I know you're gonna say that, but once you really look at the map and think about it, the definition
No.
by their own definition, right? It's not even us making it up. Like nigga, this is what y'all said a continent is.
You wanna know my ACT score?
What it was.
Cause you asking me smart nigga questions right now, and I feel like I could possibly answer, but to the same degree, it's a little tough,
He talking about. Do you know what my ACT score was?
bro.
You want to know what mine was?
I know you was smart as fuck. Hold on, all right, cause we know you had a good ACT. What was your ACT?
First time I got like a 28. Then second time, but I was only like 10th grade.
You got a 28 in the 10th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then when I took it, cause I took it basically early before we took it regularly with school. So when I took it with the school, I got a 31.
You got a 31.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. You want to know what I got?
What?
28 divided by 2.
I'm fucking. So nigga, they give you 8 points for getting your name right. Say no.
I got a 14, bro.
Damn.
Crazy. And you know what's even crazier about that I got a 14 is that I just didn't give a shit.
I was gonna say you probably just ain't care.
It wasn't even that. I honestly tried on the ACT. Like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna kill this, but I didn't really study. You know what I mean?
I did though. Don't let me fool you. Like I took college courses during the summer and shit. I
Yeah,
was
see.
like they taught. I was prepared basically. Like
You know, in high school, you know what I mean? Especially around that time, we was taking the ACT. I was like, where the hoes at? We looking for the hoes. That was
this nigga said, "Where the hoes at?"
Hey, that was my main focus, bro. Like that shit is stupid.
I feel you. That's when I first came out my shell, and I was 10th grade. Nigga got my little teeth straightened and shit. I was on varsity and shit for football.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball. I'm like, okay. I came from a different school and shit. But I knew people from Little League football or whatever. I started getting attention from females and shit. It was over. I said, damn, I didn't realize when you realize how fine you are, you're like, damn, okay, nigga, I got the juice a little bit in this bitch. Hold on. I throw my weight around, nigga. I'm like, nigga, I'm the captain of the football team, basketball team. You can't tell me shit. Why you But you gotta say though, I was solid though. I never abused my power like to where.
Whoo, boy, you know why it's so funny to me? Because it hits home. It hits home.
But you were there. Can you attest to this? Like, even though you can say I was probably pretty popular or whatever, this status.
Yeah,
No, I'm
for sure.
saying I never was that type of nigga where I down people. Like I always talked to everybody. Like I was just a regular. Like I was a down ass nigga.
Yeah, you was a funny nigga in high school.
Yeah, I did used to try to be funny.
Nah, but I know you was always stand up, bro. Like you was like, and it's crazy because like I mean, I ain't gonna say most, but there wasn't too many people like yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you know, amongst Ipsy, and it was. I don't want to say, damn, I said Ipsy, fuck it. But it's just more so like, it sucks that fucking with the hoes robbed us as like just
As young black men.
as young black men,
it
bro.
really- I had a 4.0.
Bro, that's
Until I got
crazy.
a girlfriend, nigga, my whole life.
Bro, that's crazy. Like fucking with the hoes really ain't all that, bro.
Like that shit. They told me too. You know the old niggas be telling. Now when you get to that school now,
Yeah, for
focus
sure.
on football and
For sure.
in them books.
Focus on football and them books.
Look, in them books.
That's what every OG said. Focus on football, stay in them books. You don't need to have sex right now.
Man,
You know what I mean?
Until you see a fucking stallion walking across, not a stallion, but
Nah, bro.
a beautiful black goddess, a queen, a supreme being.
Nah, until you wake up in the morning and every day your dick on hard. You like,
I'm
shit, I
glad.
gotta beat my
Yeah.
shit. Like, as a high schooler, though.
Nigga, hormones raising.
Hormones raging. You are raging. And all you thinking is that, man, if I keep seeing old girl in the hallway, hey, I'm about to get on.
Yeah.
Like, and like, but it was such a distraction, too.
Yeah.
You know
really
what I mean?
was.
Because it's like, I know, like, yeah, I laugh at me getting a 14 with, you know, in high school in the ACT. I laugh at it now because I know I'm a way more smarter nigga than that.
Yeah, I mean, and those tests are culturally biased, and you got
True,
it's
true.
like some standardized shit you got to learn to really know how to. You don't really have to be smart to get a good grade, basically. If you know how to.
If you just learn the shit.
Yeah, it's not really.
That's the thing. I just wasn't interested in learning the shit because trying to find a way to get my dick wet would seem like the
Yeah.
best thing to do.
I feel you. I had a girl. I made a lot of mistakes during that time.
Man, bro, what? But I mean, I don't regret my high school years. I definitely think it taught us a lot of lessons.
Definitely.
But for the young bulls, like, man, don't be focusing on females right now. Not in high school. Not in high school,
Nah, I wouldn't even have no girlfriend.
bro.
It's hard. I know it's really hard though. Like it's extremely, especially when you see everybody having relationships.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see everybody all happy. You hear your man's like, yeah, bro, me and old girl going to the same college. You know, it sounds
Man.
good.
Exactly.
It sounds good until your ass get smacked by life.
Exactly.
And then you got to figure shit out. And then next thing you know, you like, damn, I should have just stayed focused on football.
Yes.
You don't want to be, don't be like the OGs that fucked up.
It's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, at least make it to college and fuck they're like, okay, nigga, I'm at least made it there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We
But don't
understand-
don't
we
get
know that
stuck
shit
in
hard.
high school.
Yeah,
and
we
get
know
fucked up.
college hard. We be like, okay, this shit is a little hard.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's for sure.
Now let me ask you this:
Yeah.
why do people want to argue, right? When we're trying to get an understanding about something. You know what I'm saying?
Great
Like,
question.
for example, say we had a job,
Okay.
and the job is to fucking put ice cream on a cone,
Okay.
and we trying to figure out why the machines just stopped working.
Okay.
But this girl want to argue about why we taking so long with all the customers, but we trying to get an understanding of trying to figure out why the machine works. She's like, why y'all taking so long? You know what I'm saying? Even if we tell her like, yeah, okay, it's gonna be a minute.
Like we're going through a difficult time, just be
She
patient.
just trying to argue like about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them type of people like or situation like, man, okay, we get it. Do you think like sometimes people just be having a bad day? You know what I'm saying? Or
I think the reason why is because the reason why people will argue versus actually try to find a solution is because, unfortunately, we don't believe in common courtesy. Like-
agreeing to disagree.
Or agreeing to disagree,
Yeah.
or possibly, or just listening. You know what I mean?
To actually comprehend.
Exactly. Listening to comprehend. You know what I mean? And we lack the capability to paraphrase, like being able to repeat. You know, all right. So just to be clear, so I understand you. You have you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like we just lack that, and a lot of the times it's because we moving so fast throughout life, we don't realize that people have been patient with us. Like if somebody's been patient with me, sometimes if I don't realize it, then I'm not going to be patient with somebody else. Like it's just kind of one of those things. Like
yeah, you got to be kind of cognitive. I can't fucking say it. Cognitive of how people are. Like matter of fact, last time I went to the barber shop. My barber, out on the weekend, sometimes he cut at the crib. He like, I'm like going to the shop, come through. So this nigga was in the garage or whatever. And somebody was like, they were trying to smoke and shit. They were like, he like, damn, I left the weed in the car. He like, man, you know we's gonna be in here. He ain't go off, but he kind of did. He like,
he
man,
kind of snapped on him a little bit.
Yeah, then when he left out, I'm like, cause I be feeling when people are not they self. I'm like, are you okay? I'm like, you good, bro?
Yeah.
Cause he usually don't do that. I'm like, you good? I'm like, everything all right?
Like, yeah.
He like, man, my mom passed away last night. I'm like, damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
True.
And what, you know what I'm saying?
True.
And what if my man would have been like, man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Like why? Like
Why
yeah. You know how we can be like we just feel like another man testing us.
Exactly.
So like
who you talking to like that?
Yeah, like you think I'm a bitch? Like
exactly.
And they just get escalated. Damn, bro, that's fucked up.
Exactly. So like he would have said to me, I literally would have came back and just asked him.
For sure. Like I mean, the thing is that I think if you move too fast throughout life and you don't take other people into consideration, then you might steamroll some people.
Exactly.
Like steamroll them emotionally. Like if they ask you a question, you short with them. It's like, damn, bro. Like I ain't even like it's like the bad customer service you'll get at a fast food restaurant in Detroit. Like shit. You constantly getting that because they steamrolling. They don't really probably want to be there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They're not taking nobody else's feelings into consideration.
Nope.
So when you compound that, on an everyday basis, man, you just get a whole bunch of shitty people that don't treat people well. Like, and I think the only way people will treat people well is if they find out, for me at least, how loved and valued they are individually.
I agree with
like, that. When you can find out how loved and valued you are, you can then share that same love. But love people.
Exactly.
Hurt people. Loved people. Love people. I think that's the only way it works.
That is, you need to put, that's a JDJ, big bro JDJ with the quote.
Big bro.
That was a good one. I ain't gonna hold you. That was a good one. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, we could trademark it. Love people.
No, for real, that was a good one. And that just made me think about, right, something else I want to talk about, how a lot of our men be responding emotionally, and they can't control their anger, and they become like kids, and they become repulsive, right?
For sure.
It's because you made them uncomfortable or angry, right? And I think it's because they was raised by women or single mothers, right? And I'm not picking on y'all. I love y'all. I was raised by a single mother, right? So I would never do that. But they don't allow them to express their emotions, right? They be fucking whooping them, and they don't tell them why they whooping them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's kind of self-explanatory why you getting a whooping and you done spilled this on the carpet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to beat your ass.
Right, but sometimes they do some shit.
You don't say nothing.
Right,
You just beat their ass.
right. Like nigga, I don't even know what I did for real, for real.
But I think a lot of that what happens is that especially for kids, especially for young black men, is that we see things within our culture. Like think about like I don't want to say it but let's just say fuck it. But think about the modern black woman, young black woman with a 2 or 3-year-old today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Being in the house
That's
talking
single.
about, being in the house talking about, shut y'all damn ass up.
That's single. You know what I mean?
Nigga drops on, shut your motherfucking ass up, making all that noise.
But
Like, we in here being kids, man.
like the thing is that they are already going through a hard time because they are by themselves. So that's already a difficult time being a single young black woman, like as a mother. So you already dealing with stress.
Yeah.
And so it allow if you don't, for me at least, if you don't know how loved and valued you are, you will be short with your kids. I think that's what happens. Yeah. You'll be short with them. So? Yeah, I think you'll be very short, and because of you being short, like they'll feel like they're not loved. Like us as black men, I feel like just lack the ability to love. Like that's why like our hearts are so cold sometimes. Like our hearts turn very, very cold towards certain shit, and we just lack compassion, and we do move with rage, but a lot of times because it's like we wasn't loved properly. And I'm not gonna say that our mothers don't love us, never that, but it's more so of like, how can I put it? If our moms, and I'm not gonna say my mom does this, but if our moms, because it's our community, you know, is more short than loving, then no wonder why we so angry.
Yes, I think we have compassion. We just lack empathy.
Oh, okay. Like to understand the young child's pain.
The young child, black men, black women, just everybody for each other. We
that's a good point.
I truly believe that. Like, I feel like that we using, or not we, but they're using black men's death to profit off of left and right, but we keep getting shitted on the most.
Man, when I think about,
I ain't gonna say the most because our women, of course, get shit on. Just if not more, we need to do more for them as well too.
When I think about our people, I think about the ability to. So one thing we always cover technology. You know what I mean? We always talk about like ChatGPT, everything, right? But I really think our ability to work is unlike any other culture, any other race. You know, if I'm biased, that's okay. Everybody can have a bias. But I think we can just outwork and grind. You know what I mean? And because of that, and I feel like if we are leveraging the things that we have access to now, these power structures are going to change. And I think with that change, you know what I mean? I think more awareness of, you know, like being able to actually know who you about to have a kid with before you have a kid with the, you know what I mean?
Man.
At least let it be a goal. Like, yo, I'm gonna have a family.
Yeah, I thought it was a trend or something. I kept seeing people on the internet, like they'll be with somebody and then get pregnant and then they be broken up. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why y'all keep getting pregnant and then
breaking up?
Right. What the hell?
But I mean, to be honest with you, I think that's just a lack of knowledge. Because if my mind is that if I'm just like, man, I'm trying to get here it go. Here's the thinking, man. I'm just trying to get some pussy tonight. I'm just trying to get some pussy tonight. I'm just trying to get some pussy tonight. That's the thinking, right? Boom, pussy fall in my lap. Boom. What is it? Who is it? Really, as the guy, in reality, this isn't the queen to me. This is just some ass.
Yeah.
That's how, I mean, as a culture, that's how we talk. Like, this is just some ass right here. This ain't no ass I'm about to marry. Nope. This ain't no ass I'm about to appreciate and hold and take care of. I'm about to just smack these cheeks tonight.
Yep.
But if you just keep doing that and then you get these women pregnant, Like, yeah, you could take care of them, but like you rob the child of the opportunity to being with his father every single day.
Exactly. That's why it's so important for the man to be in the household. So you,
Gotta be.
man,
We can't have a whole bunch of Nick Cannons out here. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Like
I agree.
I love you, Nick Cannon. Don't get me wrong,
I mean, that could work, but not. I don't feel like in this society.
bro. Bro, the father has to be in the house,
Yeah, I can see if we were
100%.
like in one little hut or something, and all the wives lived, and we all ate together and lived
If it
together.
was a
You know what I'm
community,
saying? That's a little different.
if it's a community of people and my neighbor looks out for me and like you know what I mean, it's
Yeah,
a genuine community that my family's around. All right,
but
but the reality is that I think that's just a facade. It really doesn't exist. You need to be in the household, bro.
yeah,
As a father,
it's
like
a little irresponsible. But I think his chain of thought was because he got lupus. I don't know how much time I got here. You know what I'm saying? Living. I'm trying to spread my seed as much as I can, but same time, still irresponsible. But
uh,
he do when he.
how can
I'm
you
not even gonna
judge
say
him?
it, but when he, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
he gonna have something.
and,
They
and
all gonna have something to live
true.
and be comfortable.
And like, who am I to judge in the first place?
Yeah,
Like I'm a huge proponent of not judging people, but to the same degree, it's like I don't have to judge you, but you can talk about the situation and the cons of it. Like there's pros to situations
yeah,
and then there's also cons. You know what I mean?
yep.
And I believe everybody should have the free will to talk about both. Like regardless of the conversation,
Or whatever you're saying.
whatever exactly, you should be able to talk about both. You can't just be like, "Hey, this is good. This is good. This is good." And then all this bad shit going on behind the scenes. Like
Yeah,
I don't think I feel like that is biased towards evil, if I'm being honest. Anything that constantly promotes the pros of this thing, but it's producing all this bad fruit. Like that's a deceiver in my eyes.
yes, it is.
Like, you know what I mean? So, but before I continue to going on about my rant, hey man, make sure you wake your ass up early in the morning, 5:30 a.m. Come stream with your boy, Big Bro JDJ, on Twitch, on YouTube, the compound. You know what I mean? I just had to throw that in there, of course.
That's all good.
What you had what was the other topic you was about to bring up, by the way?
Okay, I'm gonna save that one for my own. So, but
Okay, okay.
um, when you was talking about our people, I was thinking about something that the minister said, the Honorable um, Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it wasn't him. This was Nuri Muhammad. Actually, now I think about it, it was
Okay.
Nuri. Shout out, brother Nuri Muhammad. But he said, "Strong men, principled men, are hard to find, and men who are conscious of their duty to humanity are rare." And he said, "You don't condemn your people; you defend them."
For sure.
I said, I agree with that.
Let me ask you a question though. Like, if your camp is against another camp, but your camp does the first evil, or regardless whatever that is, against this camp,
Hmm.
do you defend the person that's within your camp?
You don't defend them like you. How can I say
Do you
this?
lobby for them? Do you
Like whatever they did, like say they. I guess it depends on what it is too. Like if it's something like super heinous to where you like, okay, we'll give you him. If it's
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying
for
for
sure.
that one. It just depends on what it is, I guess. If it's something not that aggressive, you maybe let's talk this thing out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or can we do something
Is
for
it
you
possible?
guys?
Is there
Yeah,
room for negotiation here?
yeah, exactly. But if y'all retaliate, right? We do see why y'all did it. You know what I'm saying? But we also go defend ourselves. We ain't gonna just let y'all kill us, but we will come to
Mm.
y'all first and say, "Look, we know we made a mistake. Hey, how can we make this right?"
Do you think bridging gaps is a lot easier said than done? Like between just like us as black people.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of us we don't even notice, but because there's so much fucking programming going on,
Okay.
that we don't even know. Like a lot of times we be hating each other and don't even know that shit. Like you don't
Mm.
even know why you being nice to the white person at work, but when you see
Yo, brother.
walking down the street, right, you like, what is this nigga doing over here? You know what I'm saying? That's some. You don't think about it, but that's some real self hate shit.
It is.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is. Cause you know what's crazy is because you could be downtown Detroit, see a white couple, nothing at all. You see three young black men walking down the street. You clench to your purse. You. But this here's the thing. It's sad when our own people do it to our own people. Like
Yeah,
but it's like for me it's like how do we bridge the gap?
but at the same time, right? We got to remember, like every group commits crime
For
within their
sure.
proximity.
For
Niggas not
sure.
finna drive 30, 45 minutes into another area they don't know to kill somebody or rob somebody. You know what I'm saying? For the most
Evil
part,
for me, evil is a spirit that exists between all men, all mankind.
yeah,
Evil is a spirit that, regardless of race, evil is evil.
definitely is.
So for
That's,
sure, everybody, like you said, it's proximity based. So I mean, but I mean, obviously, if you take away from one community a lot, there's going to be more of it that occur. You know what I mean? So that's obvious. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I
If
mean, poverty. You know what? Have any poverty-stricken area in the world, it's gonna be crime, murder.
no
Everything gonna be
matter the
high.
race,
It don't matter, right? Exactly. When you don't have no resources to do shit, you gotta
you trying to
resort to
find a
whatever.
way.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you gotta do. They know that. That's why they create the condition they did for us because they knew what would happen. I mean, shit, not rocket science.
I don't think it's gonna age well though, bro. I honestly think,
What though?
man.
What you mean?
What I mean is that like the intentions of those who were slave owners, those who wanted to build America to be this thing,
Of course. Don't get me
I
wrong though.
it's not gonna age well for them. I think a lot of the benefits that
Mhm.
like we're gonna see these benefits, bro. Like I honestly believe like the benefits of America that our forefathers before us.
The indigenous people that they fucking made
I
into
honestly
Negroes.
think we're gonna be reaping the benefits. You know what I mean? I honestly believe
I
that.
feel like
Like,
we reaping a little bit now.
yeah, we are reaping now.
We are our ancestors' wildest dream. Our ancestors lived through us. We have it took millions of people like for you to get here. I think people don't really understand the magnitude of that. Like
Yeah, for sure.
you know how long we've been here? We've been here like literally millions of years.
Have you ever thought about this as far as the purpose of life? If your great 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 grandfather dies, where are you? You're not here.
Exactly. You ain't existing.
So, like, for it to all happen and you're here, if you're here, I believe you have purpose. Like,
Yeah.
because otherwise, like,
And
if they die before you know what I mean, before they had their kid, then you're not here.
and you chose to come here too. You know that, right?
You are chose
You
to
chose
come.
your own life. Like
Oh shit! What do you mean by this?
like each sign of the zodiac represents a principle of righteousness.
Okay.
You have like people be like, yeah, I'm a Gemini, I'm a Taurus, but you have all the signs inside of you, like all the energies within you. Like when you say, like I said, like I'm a Gemini, but that's just my sun sign. That ain't the only sign.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the sun. That's like your focus in life, like what you want to accomplish. Like your higher consciousness, like your higher consciousness decided we could accomplish this, so they chose this person to complete this mission, right? Remember I talk about soul contracts?
Mm-hmm.
We chose our own life. We designed our own chart. People know what I'm talking about, zodiac astrology charts, right? When the energy was right for you to walk the path of life you chose, that's when you came into existence.
Nick, what?
Each sign of the zodiac plays its part. It's an energy like makeup of the sun. It represents your focus. Your moon represents how emotional you are, right?
Man, see, I don't know, bro.
Your rising sign.
Cause here's what I don't know about that. Is because, like, imagine like if you just chose your whole life, right? Before before you entered the world. If you did that, how much pain would have had eliminated?
You choosing your life, like your life's purpose. That don't mean you choosing what's gonna happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make this happen. 2003. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. Like, you choose to come here. You like, I can complete this mission, but ain't no telling if you go. Cause they use what's called light code lockdown because you watched the This Is Science episode. We are only light in consciousness.
Oh shit!
When you're born, they put you what's under. They call it light code lockdown, and that's why
light code lockdown.
That's why you don't have no memory or shit when you born here. When you're born back here, some people do.
All right, so what you saying is that you, and I just want to put it in simple form because I want to understand. You pick your life's purpose, like your ultimate purpose, right?
Yeah, like I'm a light path number 11, which is the illuminator.
Okay, so but what that mean is that, but you don't have no dictatorship as far as how you get here. Is that what you're saying?
Right, like you choose your parents and shit like that.
You don't choose your parents, bro. Nah, bro, you don't choose your
parents, bro.
Bro.
You definitely choose your parents.
Bro, you know how many people be like, all right, I ain't want to choose these niggas.
That was your fault. When you were in higher consciousness, you wasn't in your physical form.
But how do you know which parents to choose? Like, no. If you before then, and your parents is before then, so what, they just in line ahead of you?
What you mean? Your parents is already here.
But you got to think. If you're saying that if we chose our parents, our parents had to choose their parents.
Exactly.
No, bro.
You don't think so?
No, hell no.
What you think that? What happened?
All right, and my opinion, I think it's just as simple as like man just reproduces. Like everything in the world reproduces. Like, the natural things, any seed, it reproduces. Whether if it's a tree, then it brings fruit.
They not made out of 6 electrons, 6 neurons, and 6 protons.
Which I know you're referring to the melanated.
That's what's inside you.
But I mean, also too, if we're getting spiritual here, I really believe we're spirit beings. I think we're spirit beings inside these flesh bodies.
Yeah.
Like
that's one thing I feel like everybody can agree on, as far as like religion, spirit. Everybody.
Yeah.
But I think that's like, come on now.
But here's the thing. Like, I believe the warfare is not flesh. I think it's spirit.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
It's not against like. But what's a part of the spirit is even the color. I mean, part of the flesh is the color. That's the thing. I believe even the color, we not really warring against that. It's more so the evil. Like,
because everybody black, not black. Y'all niggas ain't black. I call them black Europeans.
All right, so give us some celebrity. Give us some celebrities that you call black Europeans.
Stephen A. Smith. Look, Stephen A. Smith.
Bro, Stephen A. is a brother.
Who? This nigga is a non-foundational black American, an immigrant coon. This nigga mama is from the Virgin Islands. He not even one of us.
Bro, his mom passed, bro.
And my condolences. I never wish that on anybody. All I'm saying is he's not a black American.
Oh, bro.
Y'all seen that hairline? That is not a foundational black American hairline.
Hey, bro.
Come on now. Look at that. That's a foundational Black American
I
hairline.
don't know, bro. I'm damn near widow peaking over here. But bro, you can't-
Stephen A. been cooning for a long time. This nigga literally ruined Kwame Brown's career. A young 18-year-old kid.
you think he ruined it?
Yes. You haven't heard. You got to go to Kwame.
Did you watch the Pivot podcast episode?
With Kwame?
Yeah,
I definitely did.
you did.
And that's another person people we just talk about. Yeah, be like, they instantly stopped listening to him because he'd be like, I'm a Republican. And what the fuck that got to do with what you saying? I don't give a fuck what you is. I just want to hear what you got to say. If it resonate with me, it do. If I feel like it's some bullshit, it's some bullshit.
For sure. For sure.
Like,
We got to stop being so sensitive as a society though. Like regardless of what your party, race, or whatever you want to identify yourself as, you can have a conversation. Like, you know what I mean? You can have a conversation.
oh yeah, you wanted to talk about them crystals, right?
Oh, bro, yeah. What's going on, bro? I don't understand the whole crystal thing. The lady was like, so here's the thing. I'm gonna give you the premise.
Right. Tell me what she said, cause I really want to know. I really didn't. Cause you was laughing. I'm like, oh, she probably said some bullshit.
I'm gonna give you the premise. She was like, all right, look. So here's how you start crystalling, right?
Crystalline? What the hell is that?
I don't know, bro.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
That's a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's some white shit. I'm sorry.
She was like, all right, this is what you want to do. You want to find a place that sells crystals, right? But you want to go somewhere with a good vibe. You want to make sure that's a good vibe. You know what I mean? You go in there, it's a good vibe. Like
I ain't never heard nobody say that.
like I was like, bro, do you know how many niggas done got set up off good vibes?
Right.
Niggas was chilling with a chick. She was cool. She was a good vibe, and then she robbed that nigga. Like, all right, okay. So you want me to trust in my vibes? Okay, cool. All right. So then she was like, all right. So this is what you do. You pick out the crystal that calls you. You know what I mean? If it calls you, then you want to pick that crystal out.
Like, what if it ain't got my number though?
So-
It's always one nigga. Like,
So she was like, all right, so you find the crystal. And then now here's the thing. The place where you went that had the good vibes, you got to make sure there's no bad vibes on the crystal. So you got to purify it. You got to purify the crystal. So here's what you do with the
you
crystal.
do have to cleanse it.
You have to cleanse it. That's what
do.
she said.
You do.
You have to cleanse the crystal.
You have to.
So you then cleanse the crystal by putting it in a cup or something of water. Or you know what? No, first she said you got
I mean,
to
there's different ways
take
to
a
do
cup of water and set it by the moon. And then you have to meditate and imagine that there's light shining onto the water. Because that light shining is going to purify the crystal that you're picturing. And then you take the crystal and you sit with it. And you just go like,
nah, I never did no shit like that.
That's what she did. And I was like, bro, I don't understand.
Nah, she don't know what the fuck she talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm willing to listen to.
Yeah, crystals has been here for probably trillions of years, right?
Okay.
The oldest kingdom on the planet is the mineral kingdom, right?
Okay.
What crystals are, a part of. Okay. We are crystal beings. Your blood is crystal lean.
Okay.
Your eyes are crystallized. Your bones are crystallized. You have magnetite crystals inside of your brain, just like turtles and birds, right? Which turtles use to go back to their eggs, right? And birds use to flock to the south during the winter. We have literally the same shit in our brains.
Okay.
But they are ancient technology. They are like balls of light that became solid. They are balls of information. They are like the computers of the earth. You could program them to do different shit to help you during the workout.
Okay.
Fucking for protection, for Um, some use during meditation.
Okay.
Whatever. If you try and do a heart chakra one, you using rose quartz or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For different stuff.
Okay.
Some use the astral project. Some use to open your third eye. I mean, it's so much that you do. It ain't like one.
She did mention that you open your third eye. Okay.
But it's like a certain crystal. It's not like you can just use any crystal and shit and open your third eye. You got to do actual work. But it's like so much shit you could do with it. At first, I didn't believe in it either, right? But I'm gonna tell you a story. I wish T Moore was here because he was with me when it happened. No bullshit. We went to go buy crystals, right?
Okay.
We in front of this nigga.
Was it good vibes?
We was in Briarwood, so
Okay.
it was definitely not no good vibes in that bitch. I was ready to go. I'm like, they ain't got shit in here. Lord, like, they ain't got nothing in here.
Yo, that's hilarious.
But I did read something too, like where you supposed to put your hand kind of over the crystals and you feel like a vibration on your hand. I swear I felt that shit. At first, I'm like, nah, that's some bullshit. Then I felt it. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
But anyway, I got the crystal. It was a labradorite crystal, right? And we talking about UFOs. No bullshit.
At the time.
At the time, we outside, no bullshit. I don't even notice. I got the crystal in my hand. I'm telling them a story when I was young. We were talking about how we know what UFOs is by the way they move because they don't move like plane. It's like it move crazy as shit, like literally bypassing the speed of light and shit. Okay. And I was telling them how I seen that shit as a kid, and as I'm talking, I'm telling them that shit. My mind, like I'm talking to him, but I feel like. Nigga, I don't know if I was daydreaming or if I fucking time traveled or what the fuck, but I felt like I was literally back there at the same time when I was telling them, and I was in my backyard in Apple Ridge as a kid pointing at the goddamn UFO, like, nigga, as I'm telling them. Then I came back, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, I just seen that shit in my head.
You saying you basically went back to a place as a kid. Like, it was like very real. It felt real.
It felt real as fuck. I was literally standing outside talking to this nigga. Like, I don't know if I just fucking daydream that shit or imagine or whatever. But he was looking kind of crazy. Like, when you said that shit, I'm like, bro, I literally seen that shit. Nigga, I was there. Like, nigga.
Man, here's what.
But it helps with intuition and seeing shit like that.
Okay.
That's what the crystal was for. And I didn't know that. I was just fucking buying it just to try it, and I'm like, oh, I hadn't programmed it or nothing. I'm like, wait a minute,
man. But here is what's so deceptive about the human body is that you can literally feel hungry right now, and then go try to get something to eat, and you're no longer hungry. You can feel like, damn, as a woman, you might think, shit, is my period about to come? And then it don't come. You can literally feel like I feel like our bodies deceive us. Even if we are like a crystal being, it's still like, can we still be deceived through our bodies? Like, if I truly believe I'm a spirit being,
through your body, no, you cannot be deceived through your body, but through your mind, because your mind doesn't know the difference between. Your mind doesn't know the difference between right and wrong, or if you just
that's good. That's good.
You know the difference between right and wrong.
You don't think your body can deceive you? Man, hell yeah, your body can deceive you. Can like, basically, like you have a symptom of something.
Yeah, I mean,
and then it's really not that bad.
Your body can't deceive you, right? But your mind, your mind is so powerful, right? You can trick your body with your mind. You see what I'm saying? Like, as far as
okay,
like if you working out, your body, you ain't got no more push-up left in this bitch. But if you telling yourself, you're like, nigga, fuck that, I got this shit. I got this shit. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So you can trick your body.
But
you can't trick your mind. So that shit was some mind shit. I can't trick myself into going back to when I was a kid and seeing a fucking UFO.
Yeah. but you were into a very valid point, even with the workout. Like, you could be doing pull-ups. You on number 15, doing pull-ups, and you feel like you can't get to 30.
Yeah.
So your body tells you, all right, it's time to chill out. But in reality, you can hit 50 of these hoes.
Right, you got way more in you.
You just don't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like.
But yeah, your body can deceive you, but I feel like with crystals, that don't got shit to do with no crystal.
But I'm saying it's more so with the crystals. It's more so of like, yeah, you can have an experience, but can it also be manipulative in a way that it deceives you and showing you something not necessarily false,
I
but
mean, you talking to a nigga who made a spirit orb appear. Nigga, no, I can't. You know how I did that? By using crystal grids and by calling on my ancestor, using a clear quartz and communicating directly with them niggas and putting that shit on my ether. I can show you a video right now of a nigga calling on, I won't say the ancestor, but he made a UFO appear on live on the news channel. They thought he was bullshitting, right? White dude, he like, yeah, he's gonna make a UFO appear. He was like, please don't let the people think I'm crazy. he like,
get out of here, bro.
I'm gonna post a link for y'all too. He was like, his name was Brother Yahweh. He passed away now. R.I.P. Rest in power, Brother Yahweh. But he like, I thought I was crazy. He was like, I swear to God, he was like, wait, I see something. The white dude, he was like, the newscaster, he like, I see a little white dot. He like, I barely can see it. Then he like, wait, it was another one. It was, you could see that shit. He like, oh, it's big as hell. And then there was another one. That shit like you know how this Dragon Ball Z look when it be like a, like when they try to put a sun up, that shit like a damn yellow orb. I'm like, what the fuck? That nigga was on the phone. He was like, yeah. He was like, we're gonna have to change the story, boss. He was talking to his boss and shit.
Out of here. All right, you gotta put the link. He's gonna put the link in the description. If he don't, y'all can call him out.
I got the link
on
for
it.
that. I got the link for if y'all want to see giants. I got the links to prove that mountains actually used to be trees.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Mountains used to be trees.
Mountains are just tree trunks.
Mountains are tree trunks. Okay.
Yes.
This is an interesting theory. I'm intrigued. I'm willing to listen.
Yeah, you got to remember before the hominoid was genetically modified 200,000 years ago. But it was giants after that too as well who lived. But people were giants and shit. So the mountains and shit were actually trees. That was regular sized trees to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? How we look at trees now, then was actually the mountain. But they were cut down, I guess, in a galactic war. And I got a video of that too.
Let me ask you a question.
With UFOs fighting all that.
So, does this feed into the theory that the Earth is flat?
Oh yeah, matter of fact. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Y'all know NASA declassified all the documents. It was literally documents with photos and everything that proved that the Earth is flat, which we've been telling y'all forever, because scientifically proven the Earth could not be fucking round. And being in the aviation industry and talking to pilots and asking them personally, I used to ask them this bullshit. I'm like, the Earth round and flat. This is like flat, like no bullshit. Every time, I never heard a pilot told me it was round. I haven't met one yet. I'm telling you, I was an airplane mechanic. They would tell you that shit is flat, bro.
Bro, there's no fucking way the Earth
nigga,
is
why
flat.
you think the Chinese spy balloon was moving, nigga? We not moving with the shit.
Oh,
You think the shit just moving?
well, I mean,
If we rotate, we can't see ourselves rotating.
you gotta think how we're moving. We're moving fast, but very slow to our sight. If that makes sense.
I know
you know what I'm
I know
saying?
what you're saying, but
so it's like we could be looking all day long, but an hour is still a long ass time to be looking at something and believing that it's just gonna instantly turn to this.
And that's how they get
you. And you envision it for that entire.
We're gonna leave the link for that too. You can read the document yourself. We'll go on NASA. You got to.
Nigga, you believe the Earth is flat?
I don't believe nothing. I'm going on what they telling me. I'm going on what I'm going off their information. The people who lying to y'all, I'm getting their truth. We going to the website. All this shit is declined. Y'all don't have to believe nothing. I don't want you to believe nothing I say. I'm just here to make you think. I want you to go and look for yourself. And if it's some bullshit, you could come back like, this nigga, this has some bullshit. But if you actually didn't do no research, I don't want to hear no fucking mouth.
That's real shit. That's real fucking shit, bro.
And I hate debating with people who don't do the research. Like, I'm not debating with nobody who actually you ain't seen none of the documents I'm talking about. And that's what I was kind of speaking about earlier. Like, it's hard to debate or have a conversation with somebody who, right, haven't seen the same shit you seen. Like, yeah, you ain't got the earth flat. They'll be like, nigga, what the fuck?
True.
Because they haven't seen what you seen.
What you seen. True. Now, so that always poses questions because here's what I do realize is that you got to think there's 24 hours in a day. There's only so much a selective amount of shit that I'm going to choose to entertain anyway, right?
Yes.
So this is why I believe everybody's conversation has to be sharp because when you have, like, let's say, for example, you have evidence of why the earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
Your ability to be able to articulate it to me and for it to be able to make sense is important because it's like, at the end of the day, you the one who doing all the research.
Yes, exactly.
So if you're speaking on it, you got to be able to make sure that, like, yo, you can stand on it. So that gives me confidence to believe whatever you're saying.
Exactly.
So because then if I do the research, if I say it's bullshit, then I could call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just like the mountain shit, it was scientific research, but it's hard to tell somebody, like, or I guess paraphrase the whole fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
You got to know the volcanic theory and this theory, and you know what I'm saying, and that to actually really grasp what the fuck I'm trying to say. Like certain subjects, people who not gonna understand because you have to have the basic knowledge to understand what the fuck they saying. Like, you're not gonna be a fucking construction worker and then just go into IT and then you ain't gonna know the language. You know what I'm saying?
That's
what the language.
That's why I believe we're all painters.
Yeah.
You know, and what I mean is like I feel like with every episode of the CJ Judges It All podcast, is like you're painting. Ultimately, you're painting a big ass picture throughout each thing you put out. Everything, you know what I mean, that comes out is like you're painting this big ass picture, but you're not gonna just get it all in one episode. You got to be able to come back and listen again and listen again,
and I
to
do
be
that
able to get understanding
strategically. So, like you said, you got to come back and you do a little research on your own. And then
for sure.
Once you watch more and more videos, the more you're gonna learn, the more detail I'm gonna go, and the more you be like, oh, okay, now that's why he said that episode, because that made sense. Now I understand it because you know what I'm saying. I know the gist of this, and that makes sense. Yep.
For sure.
We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the one time.
Yeah, bro. We've been going for... How long have we been going?
A minute.
Yeah, we've been going for a minute. Oh, let me... oh, yeah. Hour and 8. Yeah, man. So, anything coming up? Anything you want to bring up real quick? We need to talk about ChatGPT because that shit is hitting. Like, every freaking video hits when you talk about ChatGPT.
It really do.
Like, we just got to talk about something on ChatGPT, even if it's just this.
It's a few other little open APIs that I found, like ChatGPT. I'll probably give y'all that one on the next episode.
For sure. I see Google is about to come out with, I think it's called Bard. It's a competitive version of ChatGPT. So
really,
yeah, because you know Microsoft just invested they basically invested $1 billion with ChatGPT.
Okay.
So Microsoft trying to compete with Google. You know what I mean?
Microsoft, people sleep on them. They make great technology.
Oh yeah, they make good shit for sure. I mean, so outside of that, man, hey, CJ Judges It All podcast, man.
So make sure y'all go pick up Tokenomics 101, how to order the crypto coin on Amazon. Or you can get the NFT on Rarible if y'all want to get. It's a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, incentive to get that.
Invest into yourself, though.
Yeah, you know, crypto, it's people becoming millionaires off of crypto right now again due to the crypto bull run. We told y'all it was going back up. Everybody done gave up. Talking about, crypto, it was a scam. No, nigga, people still making money.
You got to persevere.
5K or XRP. Shout out to blockchain.
You got to persevere.
Yeah, y'all want the NFT version, you will get a video. It walks you through how to order the coin, how to find coins when they're literally a penny. They 100x, and then y'all know what that means. If that bitch 100x, we go get some. I'm gonna put a little money in y'all pocket. I might give y'all some crypto stocks to invest in for the next one too. We got the Black History Month website. I'm gonna leave that in the site.
We gotta talk about I meant to
I mean, I'm
ask
sorry, Black Future Month, Syph.
because you was about to talk. I seen you post that. Should there be a Black History Month or a Black Future Month? Do you want to talk about that? We want to talk about that on the next episode.
We can talk about it right now. We can talk about it now.
Yeah,
Fucking, yeah. I heard it first from, I ain't gonna hold, I heard it first from 19 Keys. I know Kanye said it too as well. We need to stop, I ain't gonna say stop having Black History Month, right? But when we go have Black Future Month, where we showcase our young people, the bright minds of the future. We sit down and we create our 50-year plan for our community. You know what I'm saying? We do shit like that. We start making pacts and putting money towards lobbyists to lobby for our interests. Okay, we go pay this person. We go pay this dude. We see this young guy in college or high school. We go pay him to be a politician, to try to be a senator, and one day he be, president, so and such. Stuff like that. Share healthy food recipes. Do shit that's gonna help our future. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, we could also, don't get me wrong, we could acknowledge what happened in the past, because if you don't know what happened in the past, you ain't gonna have no future, because you bound to make the same mistakes.
Yeah,
we know that,
sure,
right?
Sure.
But I feel like Black Future Month is important. We need to be up on new tech, putting people up on stocks. We need to do people real estate, different side hustles. People can do Airbnbs, Turo,
Everything.
everything. We got to find some new ones. Now I know that's probably about played out by now.
You know what I would do if I was you, CJ?
Yes, sir.
I'll start it. Because Black Future Month.
Yeah.
Because, at the end of the day, somebody has to be the pioneer.
Facts.
Carry the ship. You know what I mean?
Shout
so,
out Twin Pillars.
Yeah, man. You got to be a pillar. So, if I'm you, this is your idea. This is the IP. Well, I don't know if it's your idea, but this is the IP.
Yeah, because we know, if you watch the This Is Science episode, there's no original idea.
Okay.
What happened was you got on a certain frequency and you got on the wavelength and you downloaded the information from the waves. We know what waves carry.
Okay.
They carry the information, so you got on the motherfucking wavelength and you got the information. So
boom. So, bro, this is you.
This is do a Black Future Month.
Black Future Month, man. Hey, man, we out. CJ does it all. Let's go.